Oh, hello.
Hey,
What's up?
everybody.
So,
We always say this like exactly the same way every time we start. It's funny.
yeah. So Kelly asked me if I had anything on my mind, and I really don't. But just now, I'm having a panic attack. It's so funny the way they come on. Like, it started in my back, and now I feel like somebody's sitting on my chest. I can't get a breath, can't breathe, and I say, well, let's just play, so maybe it'll pass by talking. But
And then I started feeling it. Like I feel it in my chest. Like I just want to breathe for you. Like
I can't get it. It's not coming. So I was thinking about our little thing we've been doing here for about a year now, 10 months, whatever. And throughout it all, since the beginning, I've been told I shouldn't do this. I'm not in a place to do this. That I am not, whatever.
recovered enough.
Yeah, I'm not recovered enough, whatever. And anybody that's watched me over the last year could probably say, well, maybe he should wait to do this. But no, I am in the process of recovery, and I am on a daily basis working on moving forward and progressing. And, for me to have a feeling, an intuition, whatever, come to me, and Kelly have the exact same thing come to her, and for me not to go through with it, well, I would kind of be doing the same thing that I've always done.
Mm-hmm.
Ignoring what my higher power is guiding me to do. That next step, doing things differently. So that's just been on my mind today, So over the last 10 months, I've said some things that, like we said, this is all completely unedited. I watch a lot of podcasts, and they do a lot of editing, like stuff you can't even
Right.
see. You don't know that they took something out and put something in. You don't catch the clips and where they snip stuff out. And this is just, we get on here, and I might say something that later on I look at it and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And I've gotten on later and said, I said this, but what I really meant was, So it is just, we just get on here without any plans. And that's why it's amazing to me that anybody even watches this.
Yeah.
Because we really do get on here and just let the Spirit guide us. And it is such a huge benefit for me in my life. And we pray before we do this that if there's somebody out there that we can reach, and somebody that just, if there's something that we can share to touch somebody out there, that's all, what do they call it? That's all, that's just a bonus on top of it all, Because this is really kind of our recovery journey. And we just have chosen to do it live and let the world see.
Yeah. So
it's, to tell me that I shouldn't do it, that's like me telling God, no, I'm going to do it later.
Right. Such and such said I shouldn't do this, so I'm not gonna.
God,
right.
You're not.
Something too that has come to me over the past couple days that I've recognized is that I'm still a lot in my head. We started this almost like, it's not like we had a plan and we're like, we're gonna do this. It's more like we're being pulled to do this without a plan and in all of our everything. And so I recognize for myself that up to this point, we do sit down and we say a prayer, and then it's like whatever comes. But I'm still so much in my head because as you talk, I feel like I have this nervousness within me of, okay, he's going to stop talking, and I need to, what am I going to say? I'm still in my head, and I'll catch on to little things that you say so that I'll have something to say. And I really want to get rid of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to be fully in the spirit where it's not me, and it still is so much me, and I'm battling that right now. Like yesterday was a huge, like, triggering aha, like, this is still where I am. Like, I had a meeting to go to where I'm like ahead of a committee, and I had to speak in front of like a bunch of people, and just to like give progress, like 2 minutes, it's not like I have to give this big huge presentation or anything, but there was just something within me that just, I started to get like nervous and sweating, and I turned red, and and it's just like my body was having this full on like fear, panic mode thing going on, where like this afraid of failing, afraid of doing or saying something wrong, fear of judgment. What are other people going to say? Everybody's looking at me, It's just like, and it's so frustrating because I don't want, it's like, it's this thing that is within me that I feel like is blocking me from being able to be fully in the spirit and fully a vessel for God to use. And so I've just been like last night and today just praying and meditating, just show me what do I do? How do I change this? And a lot of stuff, I have thoughts that come to my mind that I need to like allow it, like sit in it, and as I start to feel that fear, it makes me, I get afraid. Like, I'm afraid to feel fear. I'm afraid to allow myself to feel the fullness of fear, kind of like we talked about a few things ago about anger. Like, I still have not tapped in fully to my anger. Like, it is still in there. Yeah. And so it's like I'm just seeing and becoming so aware of these things within my body that's just blocking. It's seriously, like, it's keeping me from being able to like truly be used in the way that I know that I can possibly be. He's using me right now in all of it, with all of the issues, and he's just showing me that they are there. And so now I'm like, now what do I do with it? Like, it's such a process. But that's, like, we're not professionals. We're not here like telling other people really what to do. We're kind of in a place right now where we're showing y'all where we're at and where our lives are. And I do keep feeling something like when the new year comes, I feel like there will be a change in the way we do this. Are you feeling that way too? No?
I was listening to Kyle Cease about the elevator. In the new year, we're going to be in a whole different place. There's no
it's
telling.
Just a couple months from now, and it's just like, I feel like the time that we have spent, it's almost, it's been 10 months that we've been doing it in this way. Sitting in my car doing this, and I feel like as we are evolving, what we're creating is going to be evolving. And whenever we began, we were like, yeah, we want to have like guests on, and we want to do this and that, and it just hasn't happened yet, but I know that is part of our future. Like I've seen it, like I know, but it's like we're just right here, right where we are at the moment.
Just doing it.
Yeah.
Doing what we've been asked to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think about, we both listened to this guy, John St. Julian, and he goes by Baba Wanyaba. And I've talked about him before, but he's done some amazing stuff with like rescuing children that are killed by witch doctors, like handicapped children, and just has been in the middle of very, very like sad stuff in Africa. And I watch his videos from where he started, and he's like the one person that I can see that's really like, he's made a lot of progress, but he's still kind of just following what God puts in front of them, you know. So I don't know what is going to be. All I know is what we're doing right now, you know, right now. But I've seen and I've thought about things, but I do know that today we're right here, you know, and I just had a wonderful breath.
Oh, good.
And I mean, I was going through a full-blown panic attack. I had to get out, and it's just something I live with, you know. It's something I'll probably live with for who knows, until whatever.
Until you don't.
Yeah. But it is we get in the way. That's what, you know, what you were just talking about. You getting up and giving a talk and getting in your head, and I get in my way so often. If I could just continue to give my life to God and, you know, not get caught up in the past, whether the past is 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, I mean, whatever. You know, there's things that I could regret from 30 years ago if I want to go there. But I choose not to. Most of my guilt stuff, if I go there, is in the last year and a half, 2 years, you know. And it's like, what could I have done different? But what's the point in that? What is the point? It is me getting in the way of the now, of right now, of where does God want me right now. And if I want to get in the way, well, that's not me living here now in the present moment.
Yeah, last night I was just so worked up in a trigger. Like, I was just feeling so much frustration, I think, with myself, because I feel like I have come so far in who I am, and just so much that I've worked on, and I'm like, why am I turning red speaking in a group of people, you know? And I was just so, like, frustrated with myself that I don't have more composure, you know, and I'm not this, whatever is in my head. And so I was, like, really worked up last night, and I went to sleep, and I just prayed that I would just be able to process everything. And I'm telling you, like, my dreams last night were so, like, there was a lot of processing happening in my dreams last night. Like, I was feeling so much, and I would wake up and I would remember my dream, and then I'd fall asleep, and then I'd have another dream, and there was just so much was going on. And Mom showed up in my dreams last night. And so then this morning, whenever I woke up, I prayed, and I was just like, I felt like today is a new day. Like, that was yesterday. I don't have to bring anything in from yesterday into today. And at the same time, I'm like, show me what I can do, you know, to work on these things, you know, so that I can improve. But, because I was feeling really low, like I was heavy and low last night. And so whenever I woke up today, you know, it had lifted, thank goodness. And so, and today has just been a really great day. And I'm so, and I recognize, like, I'm so grateful for that experience, because it just showed me so much about myself and where I am. And I feel like I'm learning so much from my experiences now, because I'm not allowing them to keep me down. I'm like, okay, what do I need to learn? Like, what do I need to do different? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, in the past,
so good.
In the past, a situation like that could have brought you to a place where you got depressed, and you stayed there for a month or a year. I mean,
right? Yeah, truly.
You know, I mean, in the past, I could make a mistake that literally a year or two disappear just because I made a mistake for one day.
Yeah.
And that is just not necessary. It's just not necessary to do that, to be so mean to myself, to say, okay, I made a mistake, so like we said on just the last podcast that we did, I suck.
Right.
You know, I screwed up, it's over, I'm done, and it's like, no, you're not. You are okay. It is all good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we don't have to be stuck in that, okay, so I let myself down because I should be more composed and I should be better at getting in front of people and talking. Well, some people never get there, but they still get up and do it. Because
it's just because my past, because I have done that so much. Like I have presented and I have absolutely no problem with it. And it's like, I feel like I have fallen back into like, but it's not. Like I needed that experience to show me whatever it is that I still have like these fears and these things that are still in me.
Expectations of yourself. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I should be so much further along because look at what we're doing. But no, we're right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that is actually, earlier you said, do you have anything in your mind? And we've talked a lot about patience. And I mean, how long do I have to wait? Well, how long did I screw up? You know, they say that it's a year of recovery for every year that you were out there.
Oh dang, so we got 40 years to go with this. What?
Yeah.
Oh, 48. I'm almost 50, so I got 50 years.
Got a lot of time to process and to grow. And I mean, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be moving forward. If not, I'm going to be in the grave dead. Because I don't have much of a bottom to dig much deeper. I mean, it's just the way it is. So, I mean, it's for me to beat myself up because I said something 9 months ago in here or 8 months ago in here and I let myself down, or I feel like I let somebody else down.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's what it's really about, is that somebody out there, I let them down. But no, if my children watch this 20 years from now or whatever, and they're able to see the growth over like however long we do it, you know, I mean, it's all about progress, and it's about being patient with ourselves. And so many addicts out there, whatever it is you're addicted to, whatever it is you struggle with, they just say, like that post that you did from that speaker that said his grace is sufficient, Brad Wilcox. He's not making up the difference. He's not filling up that last 10% because we did 90% of the work. He's 100%. And no matter what I do, no matter how good I am, it doesn't matter. So no matter how many times I mess up, he's always going to be there for me. He's always going to be there with his hands open. It's beautiful. And it's us that get in the way. I'll say it again. It's me that gets in my way of my progress by beating myself up and living in the past and worrying about the future. And I'm doing good. I was doing so good. And as long as I stay in the present moment, I seem to do good. I seem to be okay. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. As long as I'm right here in the now, I seem to just...
Yeah, me too. And it's so easy to get on those trains of thought that just take you so many places, and it's all made up. I mean, we just create this world in our head that's just not true.
Because this is all that exists.
It is.
It's right here.
And when we're in it, I mean, everything is just good. I mean, it really is. I mean, even though like a lot of stuff is happening in life, it's fine. Like it really is. It's just so crazy how that works. Like, and I've said it so many times on here that I've lived most of my life in my head, thinking about just other people's problems, or just the past or the future, and just I've never lived in the present the way that I've lived in the present since we've been doing this. Because we talk about it so much, and so it's just become part of my life.
Yep. Man, I've been getting some good breaths.
I'm so glad.
It is. It's just so good. Obviously, I needed to talk. Obviously, I needed to talk, and I didn't have anything to say. I really didn't. But
me either.
Whenever we get out of the way and we allow the Spirit to guide us, I mean, I don't know if this will be watched by 10 people, but I know that I'm growing. I am experiencing progress because I am allowing God to guide me, and there's so many people that I think about that I hope that they are able to see the progress, and that I was just thinking about a friend of mine, Jeremy. It's not that I hope he sees my progress. I hope that he sees something or hears something that helps him progress, because I love him so much and care about him. And and there's some other people. I hope that they're able to just find the perfect minute 22:12, and they just happen to come across it, and I say something that is able to help them. That's the only reason that we're doing this. Well, the reason we're doing it is for...
I'm like, well,
Yeah, it is for our own progress. I mean, it's just so obvious that God has had us do this because it has helped me grow so much.
Oh, definitely me as well.
And it hasn't made me perfect.
No, not at all. I mean, I just I've watched, things, and I'll make little clips and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I see myself, and I see the things where I still need to progress, and I see ways that I have progressed since we started recording. And that's what this life is all about. It's about progression, and it's being patient with ourselves, having compassion with ourselves, loving ourselves through it all, and just recognizing when we have those moments like I had yesterday, that they're those moments that's showing us something. It's teaching us something about ourselves. And if we get stuck in it and trapped in it, and I could have woken up today and beaten myself up about it and gotten down, but it's no, it's just where I was, and it helped me to recognize things about myself, and helped me to recognize that I still have this fear thing going on inside me. And it's does that ever leave? Do people ever get to a place where they don't feel fear? I don't know.
It's okay. That's the thing. We judge it as something bad. You judged it as something, but it's just where you were yesterday. And that's awesome that you're able to step out and say, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because you could have beat yourself up and, like we said, been in a funk for a month.
I know. I love learning. That is just one thing that I love learning, and I love learning about myself, and I love growth and pushing myself, and doing whatever God needs me to do to improve. to be better for him. I mean, that's what I just want to be better for him.
Yeah, me too.
So that he can use me however he sees fit. And I don't want to get in the way of it.
Yeah.
And I still do, but I'm willing. I'm willing to not. So he's just showing me.
Yeah.
He shows me.
Yeah, and my thing is, just because I'm imperfect, people will think that I'm so fake on here or whatever. I have those judgments of myself, but we've consistently done this, and that's the thing that I've said is people have seen me manic, people have seen me depressed, people have seen me happy, people have seen me sad, worried. I mean, we haven't really chosen. It's just kind of like we get out and we do this. And so, I mean, people are seeing all the seasons of our lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's taken a journal to a whole different level.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, in the past, you can look at your grandma's journal and say, well, he was kind of screwed up on that day. Well, people are going to be able to look at this and say, wow, they really had it together that day, but what was going on that day?
Right.
I mean, people are really going to be able to judge us. And the best thing about that is nobody will judge me harder than I judge myself.
Exactly.
You can't. No, because you're too busy judging yourself.
Right.
So, I mean, who am I to think that somebody's going to watch this and then they're going to be going around thinking about me?
Right.
It's like...
Oh, no doubt.
No. If somebody watches this for 5 minutes, they think about me for 5 minutes. Maybe a minute. Because most of the time they're thinking about themselves and how they relate to whatever I'm saying. Not even thinking about me while they're watching us.
Yes.
I mean, we think that it's
so
like us.
It's all about
not.
me.
Yeah. It's just not.
No.
It's not. Everybody is
So
so caught up in their own world. And, I love life. I love life.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the growth that I've made over the last year and a half. Definitely the last year. I have grown a lot. Does that mean I've been perfect? No. Does that mean that no, I mean, I'm still me.
Yeah.
I really am. And it's I'm very impatient with myself, more than anybody else. Well, there might be a couple people out there more impatient with me than I am. But I'm up there with y'all. I'm so tired of some of my stupid behaviors. But,
yeah, I know. I feel the same way about myself.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's all good.
It is. It
Because
really is.
God has allowed me to breathe today. And I mean, I wasn't breathing
I know.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And He knew exactly what I needed to allow that panic attack to just... I mean, it started, really. It felt like somebody just punched me in my back when I pulled up at Kelly's house. And then I just had my chest tightened up, and I mean, it sucked. But it's gone.
Hey.
It's so interesting.
It is just the way that our bodies respond to things is just, I'm so in touch with my body today, like I never have been in my life, and it's just, everything is so intertwined, and it's just so fascinating. I love learning about all this stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I had the knowledge and the education, like I guess like the words to express the things that I know. Like I just know so much, and I wish I knew how to express and explain it and to teach people, but maybe it'll come one day, I don't know.
One day at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been good though.
Yeah.
So
I love y'all. Life is good. Be patient. I just have to be patient with myself, and That goes for everybody. I mean, just don't give up. Don't give up. Never give up. There are not too many times. You can't make too many mistakes to be out of the reach. You just can't. As long as you're willing and want to move forward, you can't mess up too many times. God will always be there for you. Life is good. I love y'all.
Yep. All right,
Have
bye,
a
y'all.
good day.